Okay, today we are going to start with the grammar section. Here we are going to talk about the past and the present participle. Also, we are going to talk about the get plus adjective, get plus past participle. Then we will talk about the comparatives with that. Look here, as usual, we have, the objectives. We are going to use the past and the present participle forms as adjectives, to use get with adjective or get with past participle to suggest that something is starting to happen. Also, number 3, to compare using the comparatives, and to point out a participle adjective in the sentence. Here, what do you think excited? It comes under the past participle or the present participle? What do you think? It comes under what? Under the past participle. The words which ended with ed come under what? The past participle. But the words which end with the ing come under the present participle. Look here. Excited, past participle. Exciting is considered what? The present participle. Bored. Bored. It comes under what? The past participle, because it ends with what? It ends with the ed. Interesting. It comes under the present participle. Frightening. It comes what? Under the present, participle. Worried comes under the past. Depressed here under the past participle. Amazing. It is what? Under the present participle. Eaten, also past participle. Burnt. Worrying, here it comes under the present participle. Taken. So okay, now here we have to use the past participle with the present participle used as what? Adjectives. We are going to use these or the previous words as adjectives, the past participle and the present participle. Look at the example here. Ali is excited because he is playing football tomorrow. Playing football is an exciting sport. Now, if we ask you a question, how does Ali feel? How does Ali feel? He feels what? Excited. So here you realize that we, let us say, describe his feeling. Ali is, excited. It means we describe what he feels. So we use ed when we describe, the feeling of the people or, of the person. We use ed. Now, why is he excited? Why does he feel excited? Because, here, this is the reason. This is the cause of the exciting. This is the cause of his feeling. Playing football is an exciting sport. How does Ali feel? Ali is excited. He feels excited. What causes Ali, feels excited? Because, playing football is an exciting sport. Look at the second example. Jamal is tired because working all day is tiring. Now, if you look here in the first, we use ed, participle, past participle, to describe, Jamil's feeling. Now, what does, let's say, make him, feel tired? This is the reason. Here, ing, tiring, because all the working all day is tiring. How does Jamil feel? What What causes Jamil feels tired? You know, working all day is tiring. You realize here, if you want to use the past participle, we use the past participle to describe how someone feels. Ali is excited, Ali is, frightened, Ali is depressed. They are excited, we are excited. So we describe our feelings, people's feelings. Now, if we want to use the present participle, here we describe what causes that feeling. Ali is excited. Now, why? Because, the playing football is exciting. Describes what causes that feeling. Ali is, for example, Ali is excited. This is, we describe how he feels, how Ali feels. Why? Here, if you want to describe the cause, so we say that playing football is an exciting sport. Always end with ing form. I'm very fascinated by the amazing 2030 Vision projects. Another example about, the past participle and the present participle. Now, if you look at your previous lesson on page 34 and 35, we have a lot of examples here. The highlighted words: sacred mice, surprised cat. I was amazed. I was very surprised. Don't you find it surprising? Depressing parts, etc. You realize that here we have a lot of examples which represent past and the present participle adjectives. Okay, let's move to the first exercise, exercise A. Who can do the first one? Who can do the first one? Abdul Amin, are you here? Ahmed Azam.
Okay. When Jack found out that he wasn't accepted to his first choice of university, he was disappointed. The news was disappointing.
Good. So the first one here we describe what his feeling when Jack found out that he wasn't accepted. He was what? Depressed, because the news was disappointing. Yes, disappointed, and the news was disappointing. Good. Here we described his feeling. Here we describe the cause of that feeling. The news was disappointing. Number two, who can try? Number two. Abdurrahman Mahroug, are you here?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Calling someone by the
Calling
wrong
someone
name
by the
is
by the wrong name is embarrassing. I
good.
did it last week with a new friend, and I was
Embarrassed. Good.
embarrassed.
Terribly embarrassed. You realize here in the first one we describe the, let us say, the reason, the cause of the feeling, and here we describe what my feeling. I was embarrassed. Good. Number three. Number three. Who can read? Yanal. Yanal. Ashraf. People who talk about themselves all the time are
Yes,
what?
Mr. Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Yes, Ashraf, read
People
number
who talk
three.
about themselves are all the time irritating.
Good.
I used to have a friend like that who irritated me all the time.
Good. Here, about, we describe, the time people who talk about themselves all the time are irritating. Here, who irritated me, make me what irritate of the time. Good. Number 4.
Can I answer, teacher?
Yes, Abdulaziz.
I am never frightened by noises in the dark. It surprises me that other people think they are frightening.
Good. Here I describe my feeling. I am never frightened by noises. It surprises that other people think they here refers to what? To the noises. They are frightening. Good. Number 5. Uday, are you here?
Yes, teacher, I'm here.
Read number
Many
5,
people
please.
find winter to be a season of month of rain and snow can make people feel
Good. Depressed. Many
depressed.
people find winter to be a depressing season. Months of rain and snow can make people feel depressed. Good, thank you. So this is about the first point in our, let us say, structures, talking about, the past and the present participle adjectives. Now let's move to the next part of, the grammar. What happens if you lose the game? What happened when you didn't get enough sleep? What will happen if you win 10,000, reals? Now here we are going to use get with adjective and get with the past participle. We use them if you want to suggest that something is changing or starting to happen. So get plus adjective and get with past participle used for suggestion, or if you want to suggest that something is changing or starting to happen. Look at the example. The grasshopper got impatient waiting for the centipede. Got impatient. Started to what? To lose his, patient, not to be patient. During final exam, I'm getting nervous. The same here. You realize we use get followed by adjectives. Impatient, nervous. And you have to take in your consideration what the tenses here in the simple past, here in what in the present progressive. You should put on sunscreen. You are getting sunburned. You realize here we use with get what? Verb 3, sunburned. My mother gets worried if I am not home by 10 o'clock. The same, after get we use past participle. Then we use this rule to show that something is changing or starting to happen. My mother gets worried if I am not home by 10 o'clock. Also, you have to take in your consideration the tenses. Here we use the simple present, present progressive, simple past, and so on. So this is about, the rule. Here, if you return back to your book on page 35, you will find an example here that they are getting angry. Okay, look at your books on page 37. Look at your books on page 37. Complete each sentence with the correct form of get, plus an adjective or past participle, from the books. You have to use get plus the adjective. And you have to take in your consideration, the tense. Number 1, who can try? Abdulaziz.
Yes,
Jessley
I
was supposed.
was to be home an hour ago. I'm getting worried.
Good, I'm getting worried. I'm getting, here we have am, so we have to use ing for I'm getting, so we can choose the adjective, the suitable adjective, worried. Jessley was supposed to be home an hour ago. I'm getting worried. Number 2, who can try? Abdurrahman Mehsen, where are you? Read number 3, please. Number 2, sorry. Abdurrahman Musa.
Yes, sir, can I read?
Yes, Adnan. Yes, Abdurrahman. Read.
I got I prefer to use the gym early in the morning. It gets crowded in the afternoon.
Good. It gets crowded in the afternoon. We use the simple present because, you know, the sentence is in the present form. I prefer to use the gym early in the morning. It gets crowded in the afternoon. Good. Number 3. Who can try? Ahmed Azam.
Okay. I accidentally showed up for the appointment on the wrong day.
Good. I got confused and accidentally showed up for the appointment on the wrong way. Good. I got confused. Number 4. Yanal. Are you here, Yanal? Nidal. Abdul Mu'in. Abdul Hamid. Abdullah Amin. Number 4. Yes, read, Abdullah. You know winter's coming?
You know winter is coming when it starts getting dark earlier.
Good. You know winter's coming when it starts getting dark earlier. Thank you. Number 5. Who can try? Muhammad Taysir. Muhammad Taysir.
Yes, teacher.
Read number 5, please.
I think I may have the flu. I'm tired and I'm starting to get dizzy.
Good. I think I'm, you know, may have the flu. I'm tired. I'm starting to get dizzy. Number 6. Abdul Aziz. Kevin.
Yes, Given get engaged when he was
Got engaged when he was 24, yes.
married 6 months later.
And was married, you know, 6 months later. Number 7. Who can try? Ahmed Azam.
Okay. We are going on vacation next week. We are
Getting excited.
Yeah, excited.
Good. We are going on vacation next week. We are getting excited about it. Good, because we have are, so we have to use ing form. Number 8. I would recommend not buying, you know, white shoes. They. Omar Jarrar, are you here? Omar. Abdullah Mtwalli. عبد الرحمن رعد. أحمد الحسواني.
نعم أستاذ.
Yes, يا عبد الرحمن. Read number 8.
I'd recommend
not
not buying
shoes.
white shoes. They get dirty quickly.
Get dirty so quickly. Good. They get dirty so quickly. Number 9, setting up your own business is a good way too. You can do it.
كملنا هي نفسها ولا بس
لا, that's enough. عدي. Uday, read number 9.
Setting up your own business is a good way to get rich.
Said the businessman. Good. Number 10, the last one. Dale gets frightened when he rides the roller coasters at the park. Okay, so this is about, you know, exercise B on page 37. Do it quickly or, you know, have a screenshot. Okay, now let's move to the next exercise. You remember when we talk about the comparative forms, a lot of, you know, adjectives take ER if they are, one syllable or more. Here we have a new rule, which is, using the with the adjective er, and the second part also the with er, used with two comparatives to say that the first thing has an effect on the second. Look at the example. The more money I have, okay, the more things I can buy. So here we use in the first sentence, comparatives, and the second also comparatives. And you realize that the first will affect on the second. The more money I have, the more things I can buy. Look at the second example. The harder study, I do, the higher marks I get. If you study hard, you will get what? High marks. The harder study I do, the higher marks I get. You realize that the first one here will affect the second part. The longer we play, the angrier my father feels. The better I serve my parents, the closer I be to, satisfaction of Allah. So this is about the third rule, using the comparatives. Here we have examples in the previous text. The longer they wait, the hungrier they get. Okay, now we are going to finish these sentences. Finish each sentence with the comparative. Look at the example. The more money I make, the more computer games I buy. Look at the first one. The more it rains. So here we have different answers. The higher the water level gets in the river. Number two, the better my English gets, the easier it is to understand English TV shows. The more TV I watch, the less I like it. The earlier, the class, the more tired I am. The farther we run, the longer it will take us to get back. The richer you are, the more stuff you can buy, and so on. So these are just examples. You can write different answers. The older I get, the less I care what other things. The more sleep I get, the better I feel. The warmer the weather gets, the nicer it is for swimming. The quicker we work, the more we will finish today. So these are, just examples about, the last rule, using the with the comparatives. You can have a screenshot and, doing them later. Now, here we have just, quiz. Who can answer? The man is? And choose.
Can I teach?
Uday? Yes, Uday.
Bored.
Bored. The man is bored of watching TV. Yes, good. Number two, here. Who can choose? Ahmed Rami, are you here? Ahmed Rami. Abdullah Amin.
She is really depressed about the news.
Good. She's really depressed about the news. Good. Here we have two. The homework is she feels and confused. Can try. Ahmed Azam.
The homework is puzzling. She feels puzzled and confused.
Yes, the homework is puzzling. She feels buzzed and confused. Yes. Number three. Who can, choose? Yes, Uday.
Got very tired.
I'm
Yes,
taking what? ing, and the
ing.
adjective is found. So I'm getting very tired. Good. I'm getting very tired. I'm getting. Good. Who can choose? We have strong coffee I have. Good I feel. What do you think? Which one is the correct? Who can try? Hmm.
Can I teach you?
Abdulaziz.
Uh, the strong the strong coffee I have, the better I feel.
Which one? Number 1, 2, 3, 4.
Number 3.
3. Good. The stronger coffee I have, the better I feel. Good. Now, I think here we have to stop. We have a homework now.